Hey everyone, it's Fred Hornby here, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. I figure I'll just make a quick video and give you an update on a couple of video series that I actually have planned to make down the road. But I just want to give an update on where things are at with that and when I think I expect to be able to get going in that. But before I get on, if you want to follow along with this Calgary sports fans' journey, home of the Flames, Hitmen, Roughnecks, Stampeders, and the Calgary FC, just make sure you hit like and subscribe. And of course, if you subscribe, you'll know when I post my latest content, including these video series. And I did mention in my spring channel update video that I did plan to do a couple more video series, looking back on a couple things sports related, obviously, mostly as a sports fan. I know last year I did my Remember The Calgary Series, where I looked at the funk Calgary sports teams in the past. However, this year I did plan to do two video series, and I tried to do it relatively at the same time. At the time I did, the first one I did plan to do was the looking back on the Calgary Flames 2004 playoff run, because it actually turns 18 this year. I did originally plan to get it going and have the videos posted at the same date of the 18th year, and obviously that hasn't happened. I just haven't had the time to batch out and get all my material ready. And then with the Calgary Flames right now in their playoff run, and of course I have my other content that I make, and of course try to squeeze it in between work and responsibilities. I'm almost thinking that the Calgary Flames 2004 playoff run, celebrating the fact that it turns 18 this year, might have to get delayed until the summer, where things will get a little slower, where mostly in the summer, I'll just have my Calgary Stampeders and my Calgary FC content, where I do my recap shows monthly in those, and off-season content when it comes to all the other sports teams. And depending on what happens between now and the summer will determine when I have time. But what I plan to do for that series was I was going to do an introduction about it, and then what I was going to do is I'll break down each series that we played in 2004. I'll do a quick game recap and then give my thoughts and feelings. Looking back, I was hoping I could be able to batch a whole series in one recording and then cut it up that way and then spoon feed it every other day. I did originally plan to do it on the 18th year, like the exact date of it, because as this recording, given the Stanley Cup playoffs are later because of the Olympics plan, and then fortunately or unfortunately there was that outbreak, so February was meant to play catch up, where the season ended at the end of April. As of this recording, this is usually when the Stanley Cup Finals begin, where here we are just in games 2 or 3 of the second round, depending on what series you're following. But I'm going to think that series, I'm going to probably push that off till the summer, maybe the fall. We'll see when I have time to make it. Just personal schedule and how I'm feeling. I just have that time and all my other sports content. So that's series number 1. Series number 2 that I have planned to do as a CFL and a football fan, which I was going to do after the Calgary Flames, looking back at the 2004 playoff run, was looking back when the CFL had USA teams. Yes, the CFL actually did coexist in the United States, and actually had teams that played inside the United States between 1993 to 1995. So my plan was I was going to do was look back at all the teams, the American-based teams in the Canadian Football League. I know that the other piece of those videos was trying to get some merchandise for those American teams, and I did find a website, and if I was going to buy all the shirts for all the teams that I was going to talk about, it's still going to cost me at least $250 to buy all the shirts. And of course, money's still a little tight right now, but I'm going to need some kind of props to show the USA teams that briefly were in the Canadian Football League. So that might get pushed off until maybe close to the Grey Cup in winter if things go as planned. But I still do plan to do those video series and then be able to batch out all the videos and then spread them out that way. I'm almost thinking for the Calgary Flames one, I could do it like every other day as a playoff series goes on, because I think I mapped out 35 episodes in that one, because there'll be the introduction, talk about making the playoffs, and then we had a 7-game series against Vancouver, 6-game series against Detroit, 6-game series against San Jose, and then the 7-game series against Tampa Bay, and then the Legacy. So that adds up to be almost 35 episodes I planned, because I also talk about, my feelings going in each series and give a little history. But my plan was to recap those games and try to make each of those videos 5 to 10 minutes each for the game recaps for each game. And then hopefully I was going to just batch it all, but that has not happened yet. And then the CFL USA, I'll just try to share as much as I can. Kind of did what I did with my Remember The Calgary Series, but considering it was only a couple of years and it's somewhat scarce to find some other information on the CFL USA teams, I was thinking that could be something I could have done a video a week. But I think right now I'm just still too busy with, obviously work and responsibilities. I mean, I only have very little time to make videos as it is, and it's definitely been kind of a stretch to squeeze in like series recaps and previews during the week after work, when you're usually physically and mentally exhausted after work. That just be happy that I made those videos when it did. I mean, I do have some time off in the summer, but I do have other plans as well. But I'll just say I'll make those videos when I can. Maybe this will be the first time you're hearing about planning video series, but that's all I have planned right now. It's just I don't think the earliest it's going to be is not going to be until the summer now, depending on where things are at. And then the CFL USA, that might be a winter project after all. Sometimes these things don't work out. It's in the plans. Just be patient, and it's there. It's just I only can do so much at this stage where I am at YouTube right now. So that's just my quick updates on planned video series. It's delayed right now for various reasons. I just don't see myself getting it going now at this stage, now that we're still got the Calgary Flames, in their playoff run. I squeeze out the Stockton quick hits, where I talk about the Stockton separately because the playoffs never line up. And then, now that the CFL season's about to start, there'll be my Calgary Stampeders this month, and as well as Calgary FC, and I've been trying to sprinkle some more Calgary FC content on my channel as well, and then any other off-season news that interests me with the Roughnecks, Hitman, and of course, in the summer when, draft, free agency, and any other moves that happen, that will happen in the summer as well. So anyways, I want to say, if you want to follow along with this Calgary sports fans journey, home of the Flames, Hitman, Roughnecks, Stampeders, as well as the Calgary FC, just make sure you hit like, subscribe, as I mostly do talk Calgary sports on my YouTube channel. And then mention I still do plan to do these video series. It's going to get delayed right now. But I also do a variety of non-sports content, like personal vlogs, attempt comedy. And I also do share my experience same on the road, at a sport event, and I do have some vlogging on the go, and that's all in my library right now. And speaking of video series, I do have my Remember the Calgary series that I did over a year and a half ago, started till finished last year, so you can take a look at that series as well. So if that all sounds like be interesting to watch, to follow along with this Calgary sports fans journey, you just make sure you hit like, subscribe. I also have my other social links down in the description below, and I also do have a second channel in Brett Hornby Shorts, where I exclusively put my short form content on there. So I appreciate like, subscribe both here on my main channel as well as my second channel to still obviously make it worthwhile to make this content and entertain everyone that's out there to enjoy my content that it is. So I just want to say thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.